Welcome to the Smoke Podcast.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Welcome to another great episode of the Smoke Podcast.
Why are you messing with me already, Kimberly?
Why not?
That's true. I give you that. I give you that.
Aww.
Man, we are knee deep in this political season.
We really are.
I mean, in Memphis right now, we got mayoral, election coming up, later this year. We've had Paul, we've had Van. We're going to get JW, and I think we got Michelle next week. So, hey, we ain't just smoking cigars and drinking whiskey. We also
yes, we are.
Well, we are. Well, we listening to everybody. We listening to what they got to say.
This is like a fish hook, and we just trying to catch who.
Not the fish hook.
See what everybody talking about.
See what they talking about. So I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if I had to vote on just who's been on our show, which ain't been but 2 people, no 3. We had Joe Brown.
Yeah,
he running?
You remember he told us on the show?
I thought
he
that was a
run.
joke. My fault. I thought that was a joke.
You know what? I don't know if his name was on the list. You are, to your point, Fabian. You right. But we got to listen. If you're running for mayor and you don't come to the Smoke Podcast, you done already lost like 4 votes. So y'all need to get with us.
Because we worldwide.
We worldwide, Craig.
No, you know what? You called me yesterday and you was like, "Hey man, somebody took offense to what you said, what we were talking about."
Yes.
Listen.
No, but here's the funny thing.
You gonna apologize?
No, I'm not gonna apologize because that's not what I said. What I said is I can't drink a Cosmo because of smoke, because of Sex in the City.
Right.
That's
not
what
because
I said.
It's a girl. Not because
it's pink.
Pink, right.
It was because of Sex in the City, and that's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? And I'm going to be honest. And I said this before. When I see brothers with pink on, I'll go up and say, bro, you look good in that. Everybody can't, because everybody can't wear. I can't wear pink
all the time.
I can't wear pink.
I don't want a pink
Although
drink.
I do have a pink shirt. But everybody just
Man,
can't
they got
wear.
A little pink in it, all
melanated people can wear pink.
I get so many compliments about this shirt.
But all melanated people can wear pink.
Hold on.
You can wear
my wife bought.
Oh, you try. Angie, let me tell you what he's trying to do right now. He's trying to apologize on air.
Yeah. He doing all
No, that my wife bought. That's been out of town for 2 weeks. I'm waiting on her to come on back home. That's it.
Angie, call me.
So yeah, listen, we the Smoke Podcast, we are not homophobic at all.
Not at all. I'm like, really? You got that from that?
That's a stretch. All of it is a stretch. But I'll say those comments for the smoke later.
No, but anyway, what we were talking about was the Cosmo. Mm-hmm. And
you ordering it out in public.
You order it out in public.
So you mean I think maybe because you said males, if you're going to order it as a vodka and cranberry. Don't do it.
No. You said you'll order vodka and cranberry. It's the same thing. I said, I will. Just don't put it in a martini glass.
Okay. And he took okay.
That's all right.
It's weird here.
Greg, we still love you, brother.
Craig, we love you, man.
Craig, it's weird here. Craig.
We tried to get him to come on the show.
Oh, so he could defend it.
Either that or so he can just,
understand.
Just smoke with us.
Smoke with us, drink with us, all that good stuff.
It's not that we don't do outlet.
Yeah, I mean, but it still ain't changed my mind. I ain't ordering a Cosmopolitan.
You gonna order vodka and
get a vodka with a splash
of cranberry.
That's all Cosmopolitan is.
Yeah, but see, I understand, but I don't want mine super.
But
pink.
I said,
but
what I said is I can't drink it because of Sex in the City, though.
Right.
Because they made it really popular to drink Cosmopolitan.
So would you have drank your Cosmopolitan if it wasn't for? Would you have gone up to a bar?
I ordered before when they became really popular. I ordered it because I used to be an apple martini guy.
Mm-hmm.
And
me too.
Yeah, and I ordered it before.
Can I tell a story right quick?
Then hold on, let me finish my story first.
I got
they arguing over the story. Man,
And so when Sex and the City came out, or when I discovered Sex and the City, I was like, oh, I ain't ordering no more Cosmopolitans no more because that's all they drank.
Oh, because that's all the females drink.
Yeah, that was all they drank. And I say, all right, that's it for that.
That's it for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I get a vodka?
I've never watched an episode.
I never
of
either.
Sex in the City. I'm sorry, that's just not my show. It's just like my show.
Great.
But you know what? I didn't watch Suits when Suits came out.
I finished it.
And now I'm on season 7 episode. No, season 8 episode number 2.
I finished it.
Oh, I love that. Hey, Harvey, that's my guy.
Yeah.
I binge watched. I like Jessica too. I like
Jessica.
Yeah. And then Jessica even came up more when you found out she was married to Lawrence Fishburne.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But then they quickly got a divorce.
So my story. So me and Fabian, we used to shoot commercials up in East Brunswick, New Jersey. So a good friend of ours who's deceased, Corey Macklin, he would always take us. So one time we went to this restaurant and we was just ordering drinks. I think me and Fabian had probably about 2 or 3 martinis. Corey had a couple. I had 2 or 3. The bill comes, it's like about $200. Corey like, hey man, who gonna pay for this?
No, y'all ain't trying to split the check. Y'all said that argument on TikTok about the chick. Okay.
Yeah.
I ain't going outside no more. I'm done.
So what you been smoking on, Kimberly?
You know what? What did I smoke last week?
Something you got out of here?
No.
She gonna Google it. She like, let me pull it up on my
Harrison
phone.
gave me some stuff. It's in my case at home.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know.
Well, if in your case you ain't smoked it.
No, he gave what he does. He buys 2 of every. So
one for
if
you and one for him.
No, no. Let me finish.
That's sweet.
No, let me finish. So like, if I like it, I have another one. So he'll buy 2 of whatever.
Oh, okay.
That's still sweet. That's
I
nice.
didn't say he wasn't sweet.
That's nice.
Hey,
what about
that's
you,
really
Faye?
nice.
What you been
That's
smoking,
really
man?
nice.
Y'all some haters.
Don't come for us.
You know what,
that's good. I like that.
The DFW.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was really good. Will's brother. What's Will's brother's name?
Derek.
Derek. Yeah, Derek.
The vegan.
One. Yeah, the vegan.
Okay.
The sloppy vegan. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That ain't the name of his.
I hate to tell y'all.
No, the guilty vegan.
guilty vegan.
Okay, don't come for us, y'all. Fabian,
Woo,
I mean, he
child.
didn't mean that. He didn't mean
He just
that.
messed up. He just messed up.
Yeah.
It's the guilty.
It's the wrong
guilty.
day.
Yeah,
Guilty, okay,
yeah, the
okay.
guilty vegan.
Is there such thing as a sloppy vegan?
I'm
I
sure it
don't-
is.
Probably somewhere, but it ain't
Probably not
associated with him. His thing is called the guilty vegan.
The guilty vegan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think one time we were down at Fat Charlie's and they had the vegan truck parked out front, and I tried the chicken. Well, it wasn't a chicken sandwich. It was like a Nashville hot sandwich. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I could see that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I had the French
you
fries.
ain't fooled me. I knew it wasn't chicken, but because I'm a chicken
But you know what?
connoisseur.
Here's my thing about stuff like that. I mean, they go through a lot of trouble to make shit taste like meat. And I'm like,
Why
after a
don't you just
while,
eat
yeah. After,
That's not what they
All
want to
this
do with
shit
their life.
you're putting 80 ingredients to make
To make one.
To make
I
one.
had the French fries.
You know, I took a burger home to my wife. She's like,
Okay.
oh, it was good. I mean, I don't have to have it again, but it was good.
Yeah, you never know which direction you may
Again,
go.
vegans don't come for us.
Right.
Don't
Ooh,
come
we
for us.
can't say nothing.
Yeah, it's like, you know, the vegan bacon. I tried that
That's
one
tough.
time.
That's tough.
That's a hard sell right
Yeah, that's
there.
hard.
Because it ain't bacon.
It ain't bacon. I mean, they putting every damn. It's like they put all these damn ingredients. I'm like, just go get the bacon, cause no telling how much. What one of these is hurting you right here.
Yeah, that's a lot.
A combination of 2 of them is killing you.
They supposed aren't vegans supposed to be? Isn't that a healthy lifestyle or no?
It
It's
don't
just an
seem like it,
alternative.
but you know it is a healthy lifestyle. But it seemed like an expensive ass lifestyle.
I would think so. Well, I don't know.
Like cigars.
I mean, yeah, but you know that's true.
And at least
To each his
the
own.
vegan is supposed to be good for you. But I'm like you, when I get through doctoring and adding all that stuff, I question how good is it really for you. So
Yeah, because I saw him make the vegan turkey one day. I'm like, damn.
So, what is it? The basis of it, like the vegan turkey burger or something? What's that meat?
so
Like,
tofu.
regular turkey is just one ingredient.
No
Turkey.
thanks. No thanks.
Vegan bacon is one ingredient. Bacon. I mean, pig.
No.
regular bacon is no.
No,
you gotta
vegan
cure
bacon
it.
is different.
No, I meant regular
Yeah,
bacon.
regular
is
bacon,
just-
you got to cure it. You got to put that's you
you got to do a lot. Yeah, no thanks. That's
Smoke
okay.
it and all that stuff, and then slice it and then fry it up, put it on something.
Okay. Well,
But vegan bacon, you like a mad chemist in there, man, a scientist.
oh, okay. That's why they put so much work into it. Why it's so expensive in the store.
Yeah, yeah, they got to put so much work.
So,
into it.
I don't
Because
know.
they don't do dairy, right?
Some of them. It depends on which level of veganism.
You got
they
so
use.
many
Lord.
different levels.
Yeah.
You got the vegan that's right
That's
here.
okay.
The vegan is right here, and then you got that ultra radical vegan.
But they just eat the raw grass and stuff like that.
Again, vegans don't come for us.
I'm just asking a question. If you're a vegan and you want to come on the show and educate us, please let us know.
Yeah, we'll see if we can find some vegan cigars and
Why
some
don't we
vegan.
just have Derek on? Why don't we just
Wait a
have
minute,
Derek
I
on?
think cigars are vegan, and so is whiskey. Whiskey is vegan.
He drink and smoke both.
Yeah. So there we go.
Well, whiskey's made out of.
Corn and
That's
the
vegan.
other shit.
That's
as
vegan.
long as it doesn't have any,
You got
milk,
sugar.
cow,
Additives.
Sugar's fine.
Sugar's fine.
Can't do butter. You can't do eggs.
Oh, they don't
no
put none of this shit in there anyway.
So there we go.
No thanks.
Yeah.
I'm a vegan then.
I'm a vegan today.
I'm a
You're a
vegan
vegan right
today,
now?
right now.
Right now.
Hey, to our veganism.
Yes.
Stupid. This show is stupid.
So, I'm not ashamed of what I've been smoking on.
What you been smoking on?
I got me a box of Fat Bottom Betties.
Okay.
You see how nobody said.
What a clay.
You gonna get.
There you go. There you go. Grab your hands from it.
No
there you
one
go.
has anything to say about that.
Listen,
You got a box of
listen.
them?
Somebody gave them to
Nah,
me.
hell
Nah,
no.
you should have
You
said.
committed to
No.
them.
You should have said switch.
How come you didn't bring them and put it on the show?
I should have. That's what I should have.
Oh, who was gonna smoke them?
It don't matter.
They'll be gone.
They'll be gone.
Okay.
It's a good cigar. I mean, it's a good cigar. It is.
I don't think I ever had
It's
one.
very, you know what? It is very smoky. So if you need to kill something, like you burn something in the kitchen, I declare it's
now
gonna work.
it's making sense. Because when I sat outside on the deck smoking them, I didn't get bit by a single mosquito.
That's all that sugar.
Oh, that's sweet. You was putting some sweet into the air.
All that sugar you was putting in there, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
PSSITA. Put some sugar in there. Okay.
Put some sugar in there. It's okay. That's okay. Everybody,
Hey.
as long as you was smoking and you enjoyed it, what we do not do on this show is cigar shame.
Yeah, we did. I mean, you just shamed him about them fat bottom baddies.
I did not. How so sweet?
But I'm gonna show you the concerned look.
Do you, boo? Once again,
Once
whatever
again, do
makes
you.
you happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, we got a great guest.
Who we got?
So check this out, Faye.
Yeah, I'm
I
checking
done
it
invited him several times.
Oh, they
And
gonna try to shame
And
the
then
guest.
Kimberly invited him, and the next thing I know, he's showing up.
Go ahead and get your messages.
Well, you know what? I will say this about I guess I know what is it? Last year, 2 years ago, he was Mr. Peloton.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
right.
I remember that.
Everybody was doing a lot during the COVID.
He was locked in. Yeah, that was
Locked
during
in.
COVID.
You wake up on Facebook, all you saw was sweat. Shit. I'm putting it in. I'm putting it in.
Got 3.4 miles.
Putting that work in.
I'm putting it on the leaderboard.
Charles said y'all gonna leave him alone today.
All right, we gonna take a quick break. Facebook fam, we're gonna come back with our very special
Facebook?
guest.
You mean
That's
YouTube?
You
I mean, smoke family. Smoke family.
Okay, no more
I'm
whiskey
out
for
of it, man.
Fabian.
I'm out of it, boy.
Not Facebook.
It's been a long day.
Not
It's been a long
Facebook
day.
though.
We'll be
I
back,
did
y'all.
I did say Facebook.
You
We'll
did.
be back, y'all.
You can cut that out.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the smoke.
Welcome back to the smoke.
Man,
The Vegan Smoke Pack podcast.
I'm matter of fact,
Today is
I'm
vegan.
out of vegan,
Vegan
Woodford
Woodford.
Reserve.
Let me some of that
Oh,
vegan Woodford, man.
let me get a little
It's
bit more of
definitely
this.
And that's a what? Select barrel? Is that a select barrel?
Oh, we need to look it
Private
up.
barrel.
We didn't look
Barrel?
up that.
Private barrel.
Yeah.
Distiller, yeah.
That's
need to
what I'm
look it
talking
up.
about right there.
Yeah, it just came in.
It just came in.
Hey, y'all can go and get Woodford from our guy Rick at R&R.
Yes.
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 3481 Austin P. They got Woodford as well. We're not gonna say where Charles got this one from, but nevertheless,
Because our
we're
sponsor
still gonna
is
partake.
R&R.
Yes, and he has Woodford as well. So I'm just throwing it out
Just
there.
throw it out there. Throw it out there. But Charles,
Can't
what's going
smoke
on,
what we
man?
smoking.
Hey, what's up, baby? It's been a minute. How
It's
you
been,
been?
it's been, it's
Not
been a
it's
nice
been a
minute.
minute.
It has been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Welcome to the Smoke Podcast.
There you go.
Glad to
We gotta
be
give
here.
him a good introduction.
Thank you for inviting me, Kimberly. I hadn't had it in
Yeah, because you know what? I've invited him several times, and he be like, "Yeah, man, just hit me up." How many times you got to hit him up, Kimberly?
We talked about it a couple weeks ago, and then I said, "Hey, are you available?" And he said, "Sure."
Well, you must say that this morning.
Yeah.
She buried the lead in. She was like, she sent us a text this morning before 7 o'clock. No, before 7 o'clock. We recording today.
Well, you know how other stuff do if we ain't. I'm just double checking before I go in another direction.
That's something that Jill Scott song.
Yeah. Well, man, what's going on with you, Charles?
I'm good to be here, man. Yeah, it's good to smoke with y'all. I've been watching and enjoying, so I told Kim I'm get on. I don't know what Isaac talking about.
You don't know what he's talking about?
Right. Hey, Faye, did you just, I don't know if you called it. I called it. He called her Kim. Now, for us, she didn't correct him at all.
Oh, man.
For me and you,
Kimberly.
if we had said,
Look at this right here.
This show so stupid.
What an attitude.
She wouldn't even answered us. She'd have been like,
Burley.
I've been knowing him a long time.
I went to school with your ass.
Y'all classmates, aren't you?
Yeah.
We are not classmates.
Yes, we are.
just because y'all didn't take a class together don't mean y'all
him.
We probably did.
I didn't know him. You know, he funny acting, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm funny acting.
But no, it's good to be here, man. I'm glad to be here. You know, I've been in Lemoyne for 3.5 years trying to
turn it around.
Turn it around.
There
We
you
got a lot going. You know, cybersecurity center, different things happening.
Right.
New president. Chris
Now,
Davis.
what do you do at Lemoyne?
I'm the
He
vice
is-
president of technology. And
Yes.
head of services, which is food service, security, and facilities. Now I just got IT.
Oh, okay.
Which I came here to do. So we've been doing a lot. We online, we're in the cloud, so we're doing a lot more stuff.
Lemoyne in the cloud now.
Lemoyne in the cloud. Dog.
That's what I'm talking about.
Real
right there.
talk.
So, you know, back in the day, I hired a young lady as an intern at the TV station that was a student at Lemoyne.
Right.
And she turned out good. Nicole Martin, lives in Nashville now.
Really?
Yeah, she came and she interned for me probably for about 6 months, and then she left and she went to Nashville, got another IT job. So, you know,
Nicole's
Lemoyne,
doing her thing.
yeah, Lemoyne is doing their thing. Period.
man,
you know,
yeah.
it's and considering all of the ish that's going on down in Florida, I think it's worth us reinvesting in our HBCUs.
HBCUs.
Without
Right.
a
And
doubt.
with the SCOTUS decision, man, HBCUs are an opportunity for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're not doing anything about legacy and all that. You know, we're doing it because of who you are, opportunity to show up and learn.
Show up and show out and
Show
learn.
up and show out. That's what you just got to do. Yeah, we don't worry about, you know, we all here.
We
don't care
all
about what
here.
you look like.
Right.
So I'm just, you know, Charles is every time I see Charles, he partying or he getting down somewhere. And I remember them parties that Lemoyne used to throw. Where they had those, what was that, like the big fundraiser that y'all would do?
The 807 days.
Yeah, y'all would bring the bands in and they would do them. And then, of course, me being a photographer, I did several of the Q parties. And man,
Well, you know, hey, I've been doing this a long time. I've been doing this a long
he
time.
taking all of the credit. You see that?
I've been doing this a long time. Hey,
Yeah, you know, this is what we do.
this is exactly what we do.
So before you got here, Faye, me and Charles and Kimberly was talking, and I said, man, the Q's throw the best parties in the world.
There's no question.
And Kimberly, she said,
I didn't say nothing.
she was like,
You did?
I didn't say a word.
What'd you say?
well,
I didn't say
you know, her boo is a Kappa,
he's a Kappa,
you know,
man.
so she can't really rock and roll with the Q's. She got to.
She can't say what she want to say.
Yeah,
What did you say, Kimberly?
I didn't say anything. I don't know what they're talking about.
You had that crimson and cream
No,
look
I
on your face.
I didn't say one word. I just said, oh, okay.
you know, but
It's the way. Oh, okay, yeah. Is that what? That's what y'all claiming?
I'm not saying a word. However you feel about it.
You know I can't say nothing about that. I gotta be quiet about that right there.
No, I did not say that.
Well, you making her pull out the fan.
she done got hot. Y'all make sure y'all turn the camera on Kimberly.
Yeah, you making her pull out the fan.
I can't
boy.
say nothing
She
up
got
in
that
here.
K's looking good right now.
Hey,
Pink
nothing.
on.
Is Kimberly representing Barbie? I'm just asking because
No.
you do have the pink on.
No. I don't want to get it confused because I saw a post that took with my soul. I'm not representing nobody. Y'all had a fit about the mermaid being black, so I can't even represent black Barbie like that. I just threw something out. Let's go with that.
Okay. Well, it's looking good on you. So.
Wait a minute. Stop.
Uh-oh.
You didn't just throw it on because your eyes matching the color of that shirt.
I
And
didn't
that
just throw it
that
on.
wasn't no. Okay.
I'm gonna have to agree with Ike.
You know what? First of all, you see how they be trying to come for me on this video.
You are coordinated.
You coordinated.
It
Whatever.
looks good. I'm just saying that it's pink, and of course Barbie was the number one.
Everything all to the toe.
Oh,
I got a toe view y'all don't have.
Can we change the subject? Charles, can you tell us what's going on in the HBCU world? Jesus.
Good deflection.
I know. Let's flip.
What I'm gonna tell you, that SCOTUS decision is going to help a lot of HBCUs because with them.
Please explain.
Well, the Supreme Court made a decision, particularly between Harvard and North Carolina, University of North Carolina, that they cannot use race-based admission anymore. They're still doing legacy. They're still doing athletes. They're still doing, if you give a lot of money. So a lot of this is affecting particularly African-American students because of race-based admission.
Right.
So they're trying to make diversity a part of every program, but it's hard to do that. When I'm a black student, I make a 35 on the ACT. I do all these other things, but you all let a student who is a legacy in who made a 24, but their parents gave you $100 million last year.
Right, so that's the difference.
It's a difference. So, but you don't want to use race-based admissions for this student who's qualified.
Right.
Let me qualify this. A student, when the SCOTUS made the decision about race-based admission, it's not that the student's not qualified. In fact, in more cases than not, they're more qualified, overqualified for the standards that they have.
Because we understand.
We understand. So when you think about, they did a study, they did a thing they used Harvard. About 44% of their students were in there based on non-race-based admissions. They were based on legacy, they were based on money, and based on all these other things. So what we're looking at to do, and I think HBCUs as a whole, SCOTUS decision said, okay, we're not going to let you based on race-based admission. That's fine. As institutions like Lamorne College here in Memphis, the only HBCU, we're saying to students, as an African-American student, please come here. This is home. This is family. We have programs for you.
Right.
We have everything from the Cybersecurity Center that's certified with the NSA.
Oh, say that one more time because cybersecurity is like the number one thing now.
506,000 jobs available right now with not people to fill it.
Right.
About 1.4 million globally that people are not able to fill. So what you have is if you become in cybersecurity, you're going to have a job.
Guaranteed.
Almost guaranteed. And so.
And this ain't no little money.
Oh, no. A cyber pro, once you get your certifications, can make over $150,000 a year.
Right.
Start
at your
now.
desk.
At your desk. Remote.
Right.
Just got to know your stuff.
You just got to know your stuff.
Yeah. And so at Lamorne with the Cybersecurity Center, we're certified by the National Security Agency in the Department of Homeland Security. When you graduate in cybersecurity from Lamorne, you get a certificate that has an NSA and a DHL seal on it. Also, we have a partnership with Tech 901, who's local. I'm on the board. And what happens is if you go to Tech 901, you get to go for free. You have an A+, Network Plus, Security Plus certification.
Oh, yes.
That's by CompTIA, which is globally recognized. So you can walk out and be a differentiator when you walk out the door. So we're trying to make sure that people understand.
I think it's educating the parents and letting them understand that
exactly.
we have to start steering our kids back into the direction of what's out there.
Exactly.
Versus, live your dream. I'm not saying that.
But the sad part about it is we go to schools and people don't know Lamorne.
Oh.
Lamorne was founded in 1862. It's the 5th oldest HBCU in the country.
Wow.
In the country.
Didn't know that.
The 5th oldest HBCU in the country, right here in Memphis, and people are steering them away from a local hometown HBCU, and we got to do better than that.
And we talking about the money, the scholarships, the money. Oh, yeah. You don't have to get as much money if you stay at home. Think about that.
And then we got this endowment that we got from the Community Foundation. We have money for students to come, and we need the talented stars to come.
Right.
And we're a school that's still open to everyone to come to the school. And so many of our partners and then our funders understand that we need to get more students in. So this is an opportunity to get the word out, let students know there's opportunity at Lamorne.
Right.
They say it's magic on Walker Avenue. It's magic for real.
It is.
Can I give a shout out to somebody at LOC that just got a new position? Miss Kimberly Thunderbird.
Yeah, Thunderbird. Our new dean of enrollment. Yes, sir. It's her job to improve our enrollment.
There you go.
It's
there
her
you
job.
go.
So me and Kimberly met the other day.
You make sure you said Fabian and Ike said what's up, because we used to work with her a long time ago.
Yeah,
long time
She's
ago.
excited too, man. Yeah, I'm excited about her coming back. She's an alum. She's an alum.
Oh yeah. But
She's
she went out to LA.
And Ina's doing a lot of work over there too. Ina Esco.
Yeah, she's an alum as well.
Yeah, she's an alum also.
So she's done a lot of work with us. We're trying to promote and get the word out about the institution. So
y'all doing a great job, and and it was interesting. I was listening to this young lady talk. This lady talk about Harvard recruited her.
Right.
She said She was she lived somewhere in Colorado, and she had like the highest ACT, SAT scores, and Harvard found her.
Right.
And when she got accepted and went and everything, she said she had people there who were far less intelligent, everything. But she was going to classes with some of her classmates whose parents' name was on the building.
Right. Exactly.
And they looked at her like she was dirt.
Like she was supposed to be.
She
there.
wasn't supposed to be there, and she, like you said earlier, she was overqualified.
Way more qualified than most of the students.
Way overqualified than most of the students.
Oh man, I can tell you, when I coming out of
Which
Central,
made her didn't want to go.
yeah, it makes you want to leave.
It made her want to leave.
I'm gonna tell
Listen, you're going to be welcomed at the HBCU.
No question. We're going to take care of you. Pick up a small HBCU like Lemoyne. We know your name. We know
Everybody
who
know you. Yeah.
And if you got something going on with you that's personal, we can help you get through the process.
Yeah.
So you're a number at some of these other institutions.
Yep.
But Lemoyne, you're gonna be a person.
Right.
You can't beat that.
And I think that going to, hey, Graham fam, when you go to an HBCU, I think that the way it has been set up is for you to succeed.
Oh, no
no
question.
failure. It's like the whole community wants you to succeed.
Right. And then this may sound crass, but you're gonna call your mama. We get you out of you graduate from Lemoyne.
Right.
We're not playing with you. Look here, boy, let me talk to you. Hey man, what you doing? Put your pants up, do what you need to do.
Exactly.
Come see me if you got a problem. If you need something, come see me.
See, Lemoyne to me has always been a pillar of the community. I remember back in the day when they used to have the camps, the summer camps. I used to go to that. I mean, we would, mama drop you off over there, and you go. You had a choice of track. You could do tennis. You could do basketball. You could do all that stuff over there, and that was 30 years ago.
Oh, man,
What do you think the disconnect is, Charles, and why HBCUs are not as attractive?
Well, I think part of it is that they see our students have been fed this narrative that HBCUs are less than.
Right.
And that's a problem. We got to fix that as the HBCU, but we also get our counselors and people like you to get the word out that we're not less than.
Right.
In fact, when you get a degree, my degree is just as good as your degree. I don't care where you graduate from. That's one of the things I chose Morehouse when I came out. I had Harvard, Vanderbilt. I had opportunities to go places, but I said this is for me because people look like me.
Right.
So the other thing that they put in you and that we instill in you that you're just as good as anybody else, and quite in fact, as we
100%.
just talked about, we can make sure that you are just as qualified as anybody else. And that's one of the things we're going to do better. We got to get a better job of getting our word out, but we got to have a better job of people telling people, to your point, parents got to say, okay, it's okay for them to go to Lemoyne. It's okay for them to go to an institution where students look like them.
Right.
Because what happens is, and what we're finding out, is that many students go to a place and everybody has issues. This generation has concerns and disconnects and different things happen.
Man,
so
this generation is so damn sensitive.
sensitive.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
and then
sensitive.
if they go to a school that ain't
studying them.
ain't studying them at all of a sudden now they back home.
Right.
So we're saying you ain't got to leave home.
Right.
Stay here. And there's some students that don't need to leave.
Right.
So here's an alternative. You ain't got to go to University of Memphis.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with you, FM.
Yeah.
And no one wrong with another Christian, but that you got a home here.
Right.
And so we're talking to even some of those schools saying, look, let's partner. You got a program we may not have. Let them come over here.
There you go.
And then they'll spend the last 2 years over there. That's one of the things that like Morehouse and Clark and Spelman did with Georgia
Right.
Tech. We're trying to do the same thing. We have an MOU already with Christian Brothers University.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now, who was the it was a politician, a white politician. He was complaining about the fact that MTSU enrollment was down.
TSU.
No, but they were saying MTSU.
Oh, MTSU was
enrollment's
down because of
TSU
TSU.
is up.
Well, Glenda Glover, man, I'm going to tell you something. My daughter, she's a sophomore going, rising sophomore to 3.9 at TSU. So
There you go.
Hey,
Shout
man,
her out, man.
Shout out. So she got there, yes, sir. And so when she's in that class, the largest class that Tennessee State ever had. But Glenda she had a concerted effort, an intentional effort to come to Memphis, many other major cities throughout the state, and say, you got a scholarship. You didn't have to have a 35. You had to have reached some basic qualifications, and she gave you a full ride to come to Tennessee State. That politician's concern was now UT, MTSU are losing these black students because they're coming back to Tennessee State.
Right.
Which is the way it should be.
Hey, what's wrong
If that's
with
what
that?
you want to do.
Yeah. So what's wrong with that?
But they tried to shame her, make it seem like because she was offering it only to black students that she was race baiting. Then why aren't you going after our other guys' children? Why aren't you doing this?
But you know what's crazy about the HBCUs is more than anything else? The crazy part about it is that the golf team can be mostly white. The soccer team gonna be mostly white. So those students are coming to TSU. But the problem
On scholarship.
On scholarship. On minority scholarship.
Minority
Come on
scholarship.
now.
On scholarship.
But
Right.
it was interesting. I was watching this one blogger. She was talking about that ruling about the affirmative action being overturned, and she was a white lady. She said, unfortunately, white people is hurting white women more than it's hurting anybody else.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because most of the time when they think that they're coming after us, it's the adverse of it.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
because white women were in the
Considered
business,
minority.
in the business world. White women are a
Considered
minority,
right?
And they were getting all these contracts because I don't want to give it to a black person. Let me give it to this white woman.
Yeah,
Now,
to say
get rid of that. Now
You get rid of that, Susie's gone.
Susie's gone.
I always had an argument against that. A white female is always at the table. You know that poem by Langston Hughes, I Too Am America.
Oh, yeah.
He said they send me to sit in the kitchen when company comes. Here's the issue. White women don't have to go to the kitchen.
Nope.
Now, they are discriminated against because they're women. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
They are discriminated because of who they are, and they seem less inferior because of the patriarchal side we're in. However, they're still at the table.
Yeah.
They at the table.
They're at the table. They
And
may
I
not be able
think
to
that's
speak,
where
but
they
they
don't
listen.
They
I
listen.
think that's where they
And
kind of
so-
miss it with black women and white women is that you are at the table. You are a female at the table.
And,
So
when,
you
you,
trying to
and
talk.
when you go home, you whisper in your husband's ear.
Yeah, you
baby.
got.
And that's
yeah.
why I've even said to some white women, we got to work together. So that way everybody stays whole. So you can't separate yourself and succeed without making sure. And you have some people who are speaking to that, like Jeff Bezos' wife. You know, they got divorced. She got that money.
And she gave it.
She gave it. I'll give it to her. She
I
gave
give it to her.
HBCUs and many
But
of
she
them.
knew she was never going to spend $100 million.
No.
No,
She got billions.
Yeah, she got
billions with a
She
big
got
She knew she was going to never spend
He was worth 94
like-
billion. She got
Yeah.
several
20
billions.
She got like 20 billion,
25
billion.
Hey, Jeff Bezos wife.
I think you could turn Kimberly if you wanted to.
No. Hey, we are not.
Okay.
It's baby again.
They gonna cover us. The alphabet community. Can you hit the freaking credits on that?
Look, I'm just a visitor on the show.
You all by yourself on never, baby.
They gonna get us again.
Yeah, but she got one. She gave 1 point. She's committed to giving 1.4 billion away to institutions like HBCUs and others who are serving communities that look like us or who are underserved. That's huge.
That's what's up there.
That's huge.
That's huge.
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
Yeah.
And I think I saw that Barkley this after the verdict came down from SCOTUS, Barkley turned around and gave, what did he give?
$1 million. $1
million?
I think it was A&M or Alabama State.
Yeah,
Oh
Alabama,
yeah, where he's from.
So,
Yeah.
He's from Alabama.
He's from Alabama.
and that's really what it's going to take to turn this thing around. Is that we need people to put their money where their
celebrities that
mouth
got
is at.
more than
Listen,
the
I
majority.
get Bron. I completely understand LeBron, and I understand what he's doing. But just think if Bron put his
Same
name
money.
behind a school like Lemoyne or a
Right.
college like that,
Exactly.
man, boom.
Blow up.
Who did he put his name behind?
I don't think he's
I
even
think
anybody.
it's somewhere in Ohio.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He's
Oh,
from
right,
Akron.
because he has
But
a school.
He has a school and he has some other money he's giving back.
Yeah, but there's some black HBCUs in Ohio.
Yes.
Wilberforce.
Wilberforce is there.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh,
That's
wow.
right.
Wilberforce.
So he could.
Yeah, he could.
Central State.
Now I think
Yes,
I think that's an approach that maybe they could take.
Like,
Like wherever you from,
you
go
from,
there.
yeah,
Wherever
yeah,
you
money.
from, give
But I'll
them
tell you something.
money.
Here's the statistics around this. Black doctors, black lawyers, at one point over 50% plus, and it's still a very strong number, come from HBCUs.
Right.
Yep.
If you got a black doctor, it's a likelihood, an American likelihood, that they went to an HBCU somewhere in the country.
Right.
That's important for us to understand that when they come to the schools like Lemoyne, they can go now and they prosper because they prosper in undergrad. So it's difficult to prosper in grad school if you don't prosper in undergrad.
That's true.
And
So-
I can't remember this lady we had on the show. She was a doctor at the Meds, and she talked about
Oh, you talking about Kimberly?
Kimberly. Yeah,
Yeah.
that she graduated.
Couldn't get-
She went to a college in the U.S., but when she got ready to get her residency, she applied for colleges, of course, in the U.S. and got rejected, and
Right.
ultimately ended up graduating from the Bahamas, and she's still a doctor. I mean, it was an extra step that she had
Yeah,
to do.
but you know what? But that's extra steps we all have had to do. And
Yeah,
that's true.
yeah,
Right.
100.
I mean, and it's
I know
one,
several guys on the
Yeah.
Bahamas and the St. Virgin
Yeah.
Islands, St. Croix.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, to get. I mean, and that's the interesting thing about us. We find a way to overcome.
Right.
We will. We'll find a way to overcome.
I think the narrative for this generation is they don't want to do all those extra steps.
Yeah, they don't want to do steps.
They don't want to do the work, but anything
they want to take the elevator.
You got to work.
They want to take the elevator.
You got to work for it.
Or they want the microwave.
They don't want to do the steps.
It doesn't work like that, though.
Steps.
Yeah,
but when you get out in corporate America, it doesn't work like that. Like you have to be strong and know who you are. When you start talking about going into these jobs and you end up being the only maybe one or two, you got to know how to stand have your backbone. Me too.
I'm tell you, I've walked in the rooms where the only reason they knew who I was because I was the only person that looked like me there.
Yeah.
The first TV station I worked at, at one point I was the only black dude there. There was a couple other black women there, but I was the only black dude there.
For most of my IT career as a programmer, I have been the only black female person, period.
And see, one of the things we're doing at Lemoyne, because, Lemoyne is HBCU, we're mostly women. So we're pushing a lot of women, black women, into program, into technology.
I'm telling
it's
you.
It's needed.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you something.
I get tired of being...
I'm going to tell you why I stayed in technology.
The only one. Did I tell you about my airplane ride?
Go ahead, Charles.
I had a panic attack.
Lord.
On the airplane, I was the only black person on the airplane.
Really?
Yes, going to Maine, and I had a freaking panic attack. Because I said, if it go down, who gonna help me?
Let me tell you
who gonna rescue me?
On a plane, everybody gonna help everybody.
I said, I'll be the first one to go.
With you. On a plane, we all gotta go.
You know what? So far, I've never felt that uncomfortable before in my life.
Really?
Ever.
Even being a programmer all these years?
It never bothered me, but for some reason, being in that closed space, being the only person on the plane, I had a freaking panic. I'm ready to go. Get me off. I'm ready to go.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Is it because you was going to Maine?
Well, that too. That's another thing. That's another thing, right?
If you saw too many black people going to Maine,
you ain't right.
Hold on, what's going on here?
But see, that's another thing. When you go, you have to I don't think people understand the anxiety that you feel. Like you're in here. You're having an issue because you don't have anybody else to identify with you.
And that's the thing about an HBCU. One of the things I've said to people, what we have to be able to do is say it's okay to go to an HBCU.
Yep.
Right.
Now, we shouldn't have to say that, right? But we need to start speaking it.
100.
And we got to, because we got to tell our kids it's okay. Now, I got 4. One graduated from Xavier, one from Lemoyne, one at Tennessee State. My baby girl is going to Berkeley School of Music. She,
great school.
She,
expensive, but great.
Expensive.
Yeah.
Woo! Let me tell you, she'll be a freshman at Berkeley this fall, but she's going because of her talent.
Right.
And so one of the things we said to them is go on and finish, because likely, here's what happens, what people don't understand statistically. If they go to an HBCU versus a PWI, and that's wrong. I'm not against PWI. I tell people all the time, just because I promote self-promoting HBCU or pro HBCU doesn't mean I'm against that PWI. There's nothing
nothing wrong with it.
Go get your education. But the statistics say that black students that go to HBCUs finish at a very high, much higher rate than they go to PWI.
Well, first of all, it's required.
Right.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What is PWI? Now, if I had to guess, I'm going to say a
predominantly
white institution.
Predominantly white institution.
Okay, there you go. All right.
Well, we all got
just in case somebody out in the podcast world didn't know what PWI stood for.
Right.
And I'll say we couldn't even leave college until we did an intern.
Oh, yeah, they didn't.
That was a part of our program.
they don't give a shit now.
Right. No, that was back then. I'm just saying.
So we had some programs you had to do an internship in order to graduate.
Right. We had to do one in order to graduate.
Right. I sat in a meeting today, and they were talking about, trying to recruit people to come in. So this new thing, this Chat GPT. So this guy fills out a resume, and basically he says he only wants to work 5 hours.
Oh God!
He values
day or a week?
A day. Okay. He values life over a job.
So he wants a work-life balance.
He kind of he wants
whatever.
Yeah,
he want life
he want more life balance.
Exactly. So it was
work-life balance?
We had a good laugh about that.
And the comparison that they're making, the executives of the U.S. making the comparison to Europe,
right,
is ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
First of all, you get 5.6 weeks of vacation in Europe. Mm-hmm. They understand the work-life balance.
If you want that, go to Europe.
But no, that's what they're saying is you can't keep making this comparison. These people are not interested in coming to y'all fancy buildings. You're gonna have to start thinking a little bit differently about
Even
it.
FedEx, who has decided they're going to come back, they still not coming back full time. They're giving people. I think they work.
But also there is a method to this, because during the pandemic, what we learned is what a lot of corporations learned is we don't need all this fucking space.
No,
That's the issue.
that's their issue.
That's their issue.
That's
we don't
their
need
issue.
this big ass
learned a
building.
big lesson as
But
a HBCU.
also what they learned was that in order for you to get talent and retain talent, you cannot keep continuing to look in that little small circle. In order for you to get people who are way more qualified, you're going to have to expand outside that circle.
And I'm going to tell you also something that came up to your point, that remote workers.
I'm remote, by the way.
This pandemic showed there was, when we talk about the digital divide, we've been talking about that for 15 to 20 years. We talk about the digital native, right? This generation is supposed to be what we call digital natives.
Mm-hmm.
They grew up with everything digital. You think about how many, we know about an 8-track tape.
Mm-hmm.
We know about a cassette tape. We know about
We know
a CD.
about a rotary
We know about a
phone.
rotary phone.
Mm-hmm.
They have no understanding of any of that. Everything for them has been digital.
Right.
Yeah.
But here's the issue. There's a digital divide between the students who are in this generation. So now you want these remote workers, you want these people to work, and to your point, cast this net. What showed us was that there are many students who've never had their own laptop, who don't have Wi-Fi at the house.
Oh, yeah.
You think, oh, everybody got Wi-Fi at the house. And I'm going to tell you, I was that
they
person. Working in Le Moyne, what it showed me, I had a young lady, we gave away free laptops, we gave away free hotspots at one point. I sent her a laptop. We sent her a laptop from the IT. She called me, she was in tears. Ms. Elliot, thank you. First time I've had my own laptop. She said, I can't use it. You can't use it. There's something wrong with it? What's going on with it? She said, no, we've never had Wi-Fi at our house. So how can I get on? So that's when we had to deal with T-Mobile doing, basically giving hotspots. So our students, particularly in the communities in which many African Americans come from, particularly, or even underserved communities, they ain't got to be African American, but that many of the students are not, even some rural communities that are mostly white, have not ever had the opportunity to be literally online, in a sense, unless they go to the library. So what the pandemic show was, no library, you can't get online.
Right.
So what you gonna do? I got work to do.
I tell you what they're gonna do, because me and Fabian caught some guys one time. We used to have our Wi-Fi was wide open.
Wide open.
We had a guy parked right out in
right
front on the internet.
I say, hey man, what you doing?
Like, I got to
Man,
use this
you on your
Wi-Fi.
internet, man. I'm applying for a job. Can you don't turn it off? I said, go ahead, bro.
Go ahead.
Don't stop that
we gonna
man
let you
shine.
live.
All gonna do is start get y'all a firewall. And
We
get
did. I called Ike. I said, hey man, you gotta come set this internet up.
Right.
We gotta get a
Come do it
firewall.
right.
Yeah, come do it right. Hey, we gonna take a quick break.
It's
We're
been
gonna
a great
come back.
conversation.
Yes, it has been. We're gonna come back. We need to talk about this cigar. We need to talk about this drink.
Yes,
we need to talk
sir.
about a bunch of
I
stuff.
got somebody I want to get a smoke to.
Me too. Me too.
Whoa,
Me
whoa,
too. Me
whoa,
too.
And then we got to
I
talk
don't care
about.
if I offend
and hold
somebody
on, we got to
today,
talk
though.
about the smoke that we gave last week
Who we gonna smoke to last?
to that young lady that claimed that she got kidnapped in Alabama.
Carly, if
Carly,
you are,
we need you to come to the table.
Carly, listen to me. Don't come to no table.
No, she might get kidnapped on second.
Carly, don't come to no table. I got a fix for you. You don't have to say another mumbling word. I got you, boo.
All right, Smoke fam. We'll be right back.
That was good. All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Smoke Podcast.
Welcome back.
Man, we talked about everything but the cigar and the whiskey.
But that's a good
That's okay.
conversation.
That's a
though.
great conversation.
Great conversation.
We love when we get this
Charles
kind
over
of
there got it. He
information.
got his little Q glass. You see
Yes,
everybody,
sir.
look at his Q glass.
He came
Show
in
the
here
camera
with
your Q
it.
glass.
There you go.
Terrible.
Ain't nothing
There
like
you
it.
go.
Terrible.
Ain't like them cues. Ain't they right, Kim? You see, I go the whole name.
Oh,
I say
yeah,
Kim.
yeah, yeah.
What, you played at? You said you
I played at Morehouse.
at Morehouse.
Yes, sir.
I have
What
nothing
year?
to say.
What year?
1989. I'm 34 years in.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Why you looking at me like that?
You don't want me to look at you?
I would tell you like this: if she didn't have as much melanin, we'd see her red cheeks.
Tyranny, don't you put that camera over here. I got you next week.
So today we paired a delicious
Yes.
Woodford Reserve Distillers Select. This is great. I mean, you don't need anything with this. We paired it with a one of my favorite cigar brands,
Right,
Cohiba.
Fabian get the pick.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I came out and that's in my private reserve.
Not the private.
In my private reserve.
We're your private
stand.
stack.
Hey, I ain't gonna say who said it, but they said since you ain't here, we just gonna pull them out anyway.
Pick what you want to pick today. I bet you be on time next week.
Hey, we had cigars cut and lit, so he couldn't say nothing with them. Okay.
You just had to join in, didn't it?
You better be glad them Davidoffs wasn't in there. No, I'm just.
It wasn't but two, so I didn't want to knock them last
We wouldn't do
two
you
out.
like that, man. Maybe.
He said, man, maybe.
So this Cohiba Nicaragua Gray band is potent. This is not a medium-bodied cigar. This is it's probably not a beginner cigar,
It's
and
not
I
a
know
beginner
Charles is an OG, so
Yeah, this
you know
is
this.
perfect for me. I'm enjoying it. But
Before you go into before you go into it, Charles, how long you been smoking cigars, man?
I've been off and on for about 12 to 15 years.
Okay.
And I've been consistently about 12.
Okay.
What's your favorite? What's your go-to
Since
stick?
the Alma Fuerte hexagon, man. They
Really?
like it. Yeah.
Not the hexagon.
Yes, sir. You gotta have a hexagon.
Okay. Hexagon.
What's the difference?
Sets it apart.
I don't think I
Well,
had
the
a.
hexagon is when you go to the green label Placencia,
Yeah.
they have a box press. Now you're gonna taste it a little bit more with the box press.
Right.
The hexagon smokes a little bit better, and it smokes like this tight. You can get a good 2-inch ash. Tap that ash, pop.
This conversation.
We don't have our glasses out, man. We should have had our me and Fabian and Kimberly each got glasses that was given to us by
Sharika.
Sharika.
Yeah,
And then on the glass it says tap that ash.
Tap that ash.
That's it.
Yep.
Tap that ash.
Yep. Sweet lady.
Yep.
Sweet young lady.
With that damn Gina drink.
Yeah, come
Ooh,
get your
child.
shit. We got all your stuff. That's
No, y'all ain't talking to
Whoa. Slow down. Let's swap out. Bring another jug of it.
Yeah, bring another jug.
Don't just come get that rid of
Don't
your
you bring
stuff.
that damn Gina back over here.
Yes, bring one, swap it out, and you can get your empty one.
I keep saying I'm going to get something for the girls' trip, but I don't want everybody to be lit.
Yeah, you do.
Why not?
Man,
Why
I
you
can be
take a trip and
there.
don't get lit?
Hold up, is me and I invited you to
Yes,
the
sir.
trip?
Yeah, we're going anyway.
Y'all going to be there, but.
We're doing our thing, Faye.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Just making sure.
Don't
Yeah,
worry.
y'all
Like,
can-
tell us about the cigar, man, since y'all
Of
took
course,
it out of my
Cohiba
private
is the
selection.
king
Not
of
the
the
private.
crop. The deity of the Dominican is what the Cohiba is. This cigar is not a medium body. It's definitely more towards a robust cigar smoke.
It is.
No doubt about
So if you grab one of these,
You better be ready.
you
Make
just
sure,
be
make sure you
ready.
get a full meal.
You know
And
what?
It's a slow burn, too.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yes,
to
it
your
is.
point, Charles, I didn't eat lunch today because I was busy, and I said, "Ooh, let me stop and get something to eat before I come down."
I know that's right.
Because between this whiskey and this cigar,
You gonna
I'd have
need
been
some on
out.
your
Ooh,
stomach.
I would have been
I had some
out.
oxtails. I don't know where I can handle it.
Yeah, you need some food.
But this is a great. I mean, this is a great cigar. Out of 100, it's got 93 ratings, a 93-point rating. So it's a great, really great cigar.
Consistent.
Yep, it's habanero, Honduras, and I guess this Oscuro wrapper, a Nicaraguan origin.
wrapper?
So it's a great cigar, and we
Mm-hmm.
paired it with some Woodford Reserve, not just the basic Woodford Reserve,
Not the basic.
Distiller Select.
You don't do basic.
We don't do basic.
Yeah, we don't do basic
It's
at
a
all.
bougie
We stopped
spot,
doing-
smoke
yeah,
podcast.
yeah, it really is, man. I tell you what, we done had some great drink up in here.
Discover some new stuff.
We have.
Thanks to Rick at R&R.
Yes,
R&R.
yes.
Rick always brings us some good liquor, and if he had have been here, I have no doubt that he would have gave the seal of approval on this Woodford Reserve.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I mean, how can you not?
You're right, because I remember one time I was in Alabama, and for whatever reason I ordered a old fashioned, and they made it, and I'm like, ugh, I sent it back. He said, "Well, what would you like?" I said, "Well, what kind of whiskeys y'all got?" He said, "Well, we got some Woodford." Just give me that neat, just like that, and,
Right.
and that was my drink. I
Skip
said
the
and drank the whole.
old-fashioned.
Yeah, skip that because obviously
Because
the
everybody
dude-
don't make them
Because
right.
the
Yeah, he
household
know how to
fashion
make
must have
them.
been some
Yeah.
some
Yeah, he gave you some. He gave you some bumpy
She gave you
face.
some house whiskey.
The blue label.
Yes, sir.
No, blue
Yes,
top,
sir.
blue
Yes,
top,
sir.
blue top. Yeah, the blue top. Yeah, the blue top.
So, Kimberly, tell us about this whiskey we are
Y'all
drinking
tell me
here.
what y'all tasting, and I'll tell you if you're right.
I definitely taste the pepper.
Okay. What else?
Leather, maybe, I don't
Caramel.
know. A little caramel.
Okay, I'm a little vanilla.
Vanilla.
Yep,
Who said caramel?
I did.
on the back end.
The
okay.
back end, yeah.
Yeah.
Vanilla up front, caramel.
Toffee, caramel, chocolate, and spices.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, basically, yeah. And then it's balanced so well, and that's
And
one of the
rolled
things.
so beautifully.
And that's I'm talking about the Woodford. That's the
We
one
talking about
thing
the
about
Get on cigar.
We talking about the alcohol now. We'll stop drinking.
yeah, the Woodford is so balanced. It's balanced so
So
well
well.
that it could go with almost anything.
And I'm drinking
You
it.
smoke any cigar with it.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be from private casks. So the barrels that they use was select group of barrels that they put to the side to do it. So they chose these
So it's
barrels.
not in the regular
Not in
barrels.
the regular barrel. You know, you have these mass production, then you have a private, you know.
They charge a little bit more.
a little more.
Throw that Distiller Select on there.
That-
That's
you
$10
know
more
what it
dollars.
is. Exactly.
Terrible. Okay.
That's
Basically,
it.
that's exactly what he said. It's a silky smooth, almost creamy at first, with a long, warm, satisfying tail.
and it does. It goes. You can feel it going down every part of your body.
Yes, sir.
But it's smooth.
But it's not like
burning.
it's not burning. It's like
It don't stay right here.
It don't stay right
Yeah,
there.
I think
All the way down.
Ladies, if you
I'll only have to sit in the chair for probably about 15 minutes. Let it come back
Come on down. Yeah.
ladies, this is one you could drink straight with a little bit of ice if you want to kind of take a little bit of that out.
Now,
of it.
let me ask you this. All right, you bring a really good bourbon, whiskey, whatever, and somebody mix it with Coke. Are you offended?
I am.
I am too.
I am too.
I
Let
am
me tell you,
too.
my
I'm
granddaddy
very
taught me something in 1987.
I was 12.
In your mind.
Aren't we the same age?
The lies we
exactly.
tell. The lies we
In her
tell.
Did we
in her
graduate
mind.
both in '88?
Exactly. I thought she was getting ready to graduate from high school.
Don't be telling all my business.
I'm sorry. But
Kimberly's
my granddaddy
smart.
said this. Oh, she
She's smart.
So my granddaddy said this. He said, if you got good liquor, you only mix it with ice or water.
I've heard that before.
That's what
You
everybody
never mix it with anything else.
Right.
Because we
See, I don't even like drinking it on the rocks. Because I don't want
Because it'll melt
I'm gonna have to drink it too quick.
Well, they said it will bruise the liquor.
Yeah.
Bruise, we learned a new word.
I ain't trying to get it hurt.
You know I'm gonna use that again, right?
No, and that's, if you talk to some bartenders, they'll tell you. So that's why I get a big cube, or I get some real small, just enough to cool it off.
You know what? But if I know I'm drinking, I just throw it in the freezer for a
I'm with
minute.
you.
That's what I do.
I do it in the freezer for a minute.
I put the
But
freezer.
and to Charles' point, if you got a craft ice machine like I got,
yeah, I
you put
got
that big ice cube in there,
It looks
it melts
good.
so slow.
No, it's not even that. For Ike, it's for taking pictures.
I'm a photographer, so you know, hey, gotta make it look
I ain't
good.
mad at it.
I ain't mad at it.
I ain't got no ice machine.
All right. Who? Now y'all was so happy to get a smoke to somebody. Y'all just like, I already know who I'm giving smoke. Who y'all giving the smoke to?
I want to get a smoke to Ron. No, I ain't gonna say it. Ron DeSantis of
Florida.
of Florida. I want to give the
This
smoke to him,
man.
and I can justify why he deserves the damn smoke.
Just because he's a straight
Racist.
clown.
Okay, we'll say clown. I like that better.
so the origin of his name, DeSantis. What is that?
Sounds,
I thought he
it sounds
was
Hispanic
Hispanic.
to me.
Yeah, but he don't operate
Probably.
that way.
He don't operate that way.
No. So you
But
want
you know
us
what?
to
But
believe
a lot of Republicans, a lot of Hispanic people are Republicans.
Yeah,
So-
I didn't realize that till I
Yeah.
went to. I lived in
Especially
Dallas
in
for
Florida.
6 months,
especially
and
in
I
Florida.
got to understand the culture of them. And,
But you got to realize there's a different type of Hispanic.
Right.
There's a Hispanic people that work on your houses, and then there's a Hispanic people that
Hires the people that work on your house.
right,
yeah.
But you know, down
And
in
they are
Florida,
true.
especially South Florida, it's mainly Cuban.
right.
Yeah.
And so Cuban, you have Mexican Americans and Cuban, and you have the different type of Hispanics. I used to do work down there for about a few years, and then one of the conversations we would have is they have within their own culture a color issue.
Yeah.
because they're Hispanic, they're Cubans that are darker than us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they have within their own culture some people who are lighter. So it's almost like it's a colorism issue. You know, we talk about racism, but there's colorism. We have it within
it's
the black
like-
community.
yeah,
too.
we
And
have it in
if
black-
you ever go to Cuba, I hadn't been personally yet. Hear that? Yet. That is on my bucket list. But I do hear a lot of people that go to Cuba. They talk about the separation of the classes. Like you got the dark skinned ones.
Right.
Like they separate you. That's how you get like in that really determines whether you can get in or get out of some places.
Right.
So,
I mean, the movie School Days is a prime example of what happens
Yeah.
in Cuban.
Yeah.
Is that it's colorism. So based on how dark or light you are, you get certain privileges. And that becomes an issue. You know, there was a church down in Atlanta that you had to pass a paper brown bag test to get in.
Right.
Wow.
There's several churches.
Yep.
I mean, so when you think about that, you know, that it happened all over the country. And we deal with that now, even our own culture. Think about it.
that's true.
You know, School Days sort of put in, dark skin is in, but then, you know, the issue
Light
becomes,
skin was
Hey, just
How
like
do we
just like
include
Charlie
this?
Murphy say, this is long before Wesley Snipes.
Well, you know, the fact that Florida has adopted a policy where one person can have a problem with anything written in a book and basically have it taken out of the schools. And you know what, I heard this lady that was white, she talked about the fact that there are plenty of books that if a person wanted to go in and highlight a single word that would qualify to be disqualified. But that's not what they're doing. They picking out
the Bible?
our books. Exactly.
prime example.
Woo! So Ron wants to. He had a press conference,
stupid press conference
where he had the nerve to say that basically black people benefited from slavery. Like we
Because
learned,
you got a skill set now.
yeah, you got a
Yes,
skill.
yes,
You
yes,
just
now.
didn't. Now whether you used it or didn't was on you.
Was
I'm
on
like,
you.
what?
Or Kanye West said you had a choice. A choice in slavery?
That's what they
Slavery
said.
was a choice.
So that's why
Slavery was a choice.
HBCUs
Prime example.
are
Because we don't have.
So
and that's
let
one
me
thing, we
ask you
can
this.
teach.
So let me ask you this. So what does that do for schools like FAMU?
That's a good question. I mean, FAMU still has an obligation to educate our kids because it's been done back. It has a lot of Hispanic kids there, so they got to also talk about what happened to Hispanic people in this country, Native Americans. But they also have the responsibility to ensure that the real history is taught.
the real
Right.
history.
The problem becomes with this critical race theory. I hate that term. You know
Yeah.
why?
I do
Because
too.
what happens with that term is that people go critical race theory. You don't have to have that. Let's just teach history.
Right.
Let's teach the truth.
But they can't do that.
But you just said the magic word, the truth.
The truth.
See, I was one of those people, and I don't know where I stand in the field of people thinking this. I was okay with the statues. I'm like, let's not take them down. Let's put another placard and say all the other shit these people did.
Well,
So
that's
if
one
you
way
want
to look at it.
if you want to,
That's historical context.
yeah, if you want to have this guy picture up here and say he was this great guy, let's put the other one on there and say all the other shit. That
Well, again, and this goes back, and we've said it before. I think when Trump got elected, a lot of the walls and stuff, he kind of he played into those people's insecurities. That's what he
Right.
did.
Yeah.
Obama, we tore down the statues kind of under the Obama presidency. Towards the end, you can't.
Towards the end, though, but you remember in Charlottesville when the
tiki
lady,
torches?
the white lady got ran over by
My
the
daughter
white
was
supreme.
actually there doing a research project for the summer.
Wow.
She left that Monday for Tuesday, and I know her. My oldest, she'd have been in the doggone. In the
See, but here's the thing. Y'all remember what happened after that, right? It was about 16 statues came down that next week.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you something. One of my guys I pledge he's in the military. He's there. He said, "Man, make sure she stays with me when she comes downtown." What do you mean, Charlottesville? She's down at the University of Virginia. She's doing research. Her girls come down. They want to have a good time. Make sure she calls. I said, okay. I gave him the number. She picked her up from the airport. So when the stuff happened, he said, Charles, I couldn't tell you. We already knew as the military what they were trying to do. We had dibs on. So when they came to ticket torches, that was not new to the government. That was new to the people around. But
Right.
they've been watching that bastion happen for the longest.
Yeah, they were watching the folks in Home Depot buying 100 damn tiki torches.
Yeah, yeah.
So they be knowing
They
what stuff
knew.
going down.
They have to know because government knows everything.
Everything.
I don't give a fuck what anybody think. And that's the funny thing about all of this. These are the same people that's saying we don't want government interference.
Right.
But they walk around with a Apple Watch, iPhone, and all this stuff. So who you think?
Right. And you think, well, I'm going to tell you something. The crazy part about it is when one of my first papers I did in college was about welfare. My mom worked as a social worker in the state of Tennessee. One of the first papers I did was about welfare. The welfare issue, Monahan said this, is he basically said that it's called benign neglect. basically you're neglecting people by giving them this opportunity. But what he did not say, and what people don't realize is historically, if you look at welfare today, African American women become the face of welfare. The reality of it is most welfare goes to people in Midwest and areas where they are rural and don't get any money. So
there's a reason why
East
Kentucky.
Tennessee.
There's a reason why Kentucky and Mississippi are the poor states in the union, because they're all on welfare. What is it? It's what 60-70%.
Yeah, but it's been proven that those
they're not
people
African American.
It's been proven
once you get out of Memphis.
Yeah.
And they're on welfare.
They're on welfare.
And it's the sad part about it is that they don't confluence the welfare they get with the welfare that
It's different. Oh, they think it's
welfare
different.
in Klondike is different than the welfare I get when I live out in West Tennessee.
It's the same.
I love telling this story.
East Tennessee.
My wife was in the
East
car.
Tennessee.
She was going down to a Mary Kay convention with 3 or 4 other white women that she was riding with. She's like, Fabian, all of them was on food stamps. All of them. And they were sitting there. The whole trip was trying to convince each other how they can get more.
Now they're going to game the system.
And wasn't ashamed of it.
And wasn't ashamed of it. And she was like, and they're like, well, we ain't on welfare.
Right.
I had a friend, Greg on welfare. He's been on every government assistance there is.
Fabian,
Because
I'm
they
not the
feel like
problem.
that. But first
I'm
of
not
all,
the problem.
that's an entitlement that they feel.
There's an entitlement.
This is their country, and this country gonna take care of them.
Okay, so in addition to Ron,
Yes.
I want to bring up who we gave the smoke to last week, who was Carly.
I'm not giving
Russell?
the smoke to Carly.
I'm not giving her the smoke again either.
Period.
I found it interesting that at the date when she was supposed to meet with the police, she sent her email to the sheriff and said, "Yeah, I did it."
Right.
But here's the thing to the generational thing. The lengths we go to with social media and everything is to get attention.
To get attention, yeah.
Oh,
And
but
that's
I got something for you, Carly.
Uh-oh. What is
It's a video showing all the other people.
No. And see, and here's the thing, and I want to be 100% clear on this. If somebody comes up missing, I still want them to be treated like Carly Russell got treated.
Right.
I still want them to issue the warnings. I still expect to see some of the celebrities retweeting and trying
Getting
to
it out
ask,
there.
yeah, getting it out there because that's the only reason.
The only issue is for us. I mean, Jesse, he started this mess.
Oh, Jesse Smollett.
Yeah, Juice.
Juicy.
Smollett.
And you know, we can only cry wolf so many times.
But here's the thing. There's so many. What happens is, in America particularly, if a black female goes missing all the time, we don't hear much about it. Not nationally.
Yeah.
White female goes missing.
That's
time.
all you hear.
Carly, what she did was she took the opportunity, she took it. And so that's why black folk particularly were like, it's an opportunity for that. And now you are faking? Now, the next black woman that goes missing, fully missing, what is going to happen now?
I want y'all to have that same.
There's going to be that doubt. There's going to be that doubt.
Is she going to be Carly?
It's going to be a doubt.
That's the issue with Carly doing this. She now casts doubt.
And
But
to your
was
point,
the
Shalia,
doubt
that's what
ever
Shalia
not
said.
really there though? I mean, you see what I'm saying?
She got my only issue with what she's doing is now that if not a Carly, it's a Carla that goes missing. Now Carla is going to be looked upon with a jaundiced eye because now she's going to be seen as the same person, and they're not going to do the effort.
But that's not fair.
It's not, we ain't talking about fair.
We ain't talking about fair. The world, black people
life ain't fair.
has proved the world is not fair.
Fair. What
Ain't
Not fair.
shit fair.
I still got a video. You ain't got to answer no more questions, Carly. Not one.
So who did you want to get a smoke to?
I want to get not necessarily smoke. This is just a message to all my female friends out there in the universe. Don't have these arguments about whether or not you are a woman or not. You are a woman. Keep it moving. This is an ignorant conversation going on Twitter or TikTok, whichever one it may be, about whether or not you are a woman. So you are a woman. Listen to me. You are a woman if you say you want. Keep it rolling. Don't get into these arguments. I'm so sick of this debate about, whether or not I can be this type of woman or am I that woman? No, you are a woman at the end of the day, period. I'm done. The rant is over.
Okay.
Hey, and that's We're not going to discuss that one on the smoke.
I just did.
Hey, I want to do that. I want to do what JC said. What JC said.
Hold on. Only reason I say that is because
you don't want no more messages.
I will go off because it's
silly.
It's a reason why we're having this conversation. And
right. I'm upset.
It has nothing to do with black women.
All right.
It has nothing at all to do with black women.
Period.
Period.
Period. Period.
Period.
Period.
And I will tell you offline why I say that. It has.
Okay, we'll talk about that.
For the record, this is not a black podcast. This is a podcast that discusses black issues.
Right.
And there is a difference.
There's a difference.
HBCU. You might can I give a smoke to somebody?
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
I'll give a smoke to Clarence Thomas.
Oh
yeah, we gave that to him a couple of weeks ago.
Let me tell you why.
Go ahead.
He went to Holy. School was Holy up in New Hampshire, in Northeast. He got a minority.
On affirmative action.
Actually, and you the main one voting against it?
Yeah. He not that color no more.
What happened is when he got into the spaceship, he closed the door so that nobody else could get in.
But you know that Boondocks character, Uncle Ruckus.
Uncle Ruckus,
that's him.
He said he ain't studying y'all. He is not in that space anymore.
They say he's bought and paid for about some billionaires.
Yeah, you got so many people that want to be the only one, and that's the problem. Okay. That is the problem. That's why my most favorite painting is the one where he ain't heavy, where you see the guy reaching over with his hand down, and you see somebody with his hand coming up. He's trying to pull him up. Right. He ain't heavy. He's my brother. So I mean, that sums it up.
That's nice, Isaac.
All right. On that note, Charles, how can people get in contact with you and tell us
give us some LOC.
Yeah.
Well, here you can go to LOC. Go to www.loc.edu. You can give there because we need money. Every HBCU needs money. You get an opportunity to apply and be a part of it. Let me tell you something about LOC that's different than many other HBCUs.
Give it.
We have about 30-40% of my numbers, maybe a little off, of what we call ASAP students. These are accelerated students who are older. So we have a program.
Oh, wow.
That if students, you're working, you don't have your degree yet, you can come to Lemoyne and be a part of a cohort and get your degree.
Get your degree. They cannot take it from you.
Exactly. So now you can come, you're older, you think your school's past, We've had students, graduates older than 60, 65 years old.
That's what's up.
Come and get your degree in the program you want to get it in, and make sure that you get a degree so you can now go back to your job and say to them, I can have my degree
And
now.
even if you're not going back to your job, because I know a lot of people getting that degree is a bucket list for them.
It's a bucket list. It's a bucket list. Just to be able to have it. And it's amazing that so what we can do now, to reach me is Charles_Elliot at loc.edu. We have several things going at LLC. We have a great opportunity. Opportunity for you to apply. You can apply when you go to the loc.edu for the campus. There's an opportunity for you to give. There's opportunity for you to be a part of our family so that we can now go forward. We send this to all the LOC grads. Come back, give. Work with the OIA department.
And even if you didn't go there, give anyway.
Give anyway.
Because that was one of the things that they were down on Dr. Dre. He gave like $35 million to USC.
Right.
Like they needed it.
Yeah.
You know how far that money could have gone at
and people don't realize USC is a private institution.
Right, so you paying to go.
UCLA is public, but UCSC is private.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to your point, Fabian, you make a great point. Give. Because in order for us to be able to have those kind of institutions to be able to compete, prime example is Tennessee State. They got on, guy on Glenda. They did a study about land-grant institutions like Tennessee State versus UTK. People think UT Knoxville is a land-grant institution. When you go to Alabama University is a land-grant institution. Yep. So the money that was given, potentially to UT and other schools that were land-grant institutions, Tennessee State was owed $500 million since 1957.
Oh, that's why they don't want to give it to them.
Oh, they gave it to them. They had to.
Oh.
But they got back. But that's also why that guy you talking about saying, hey, what's going on here?
Mm.
Well,
that's why they're giving out all them scholarships.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they got a hockey team now.
Hockey? That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Y'all
got hockey?
Hey.
Well, Tennessee State got hockey.
Tennessee State got a hockey team.
Well, that's going to be interesting. Pro team in Nashville. So
I'm going to tell you what a brother said in Michigan State. He was one of the top picks when they came out of the NHL. He said, if brothers understood if they could fight and can win and can skate,
oh yeah,
and they make kind of money that we make, man, they be all kind of people in hockey.
Mm-hmm.
He said,
Don't worry,
we can't get over the skate part because it's not. Yeah, but it's roller skate and skate.
You remember Linda Nichols?
Yeah, she was married.
Her husband was one of the first black professional hockey players.
I worked with a dude who was an All-American. He grew up in Minnesota. His mom was the first black chief of police in St. Paul. He was a first-team All-American hockey.
Wow.
his sons are great hockey players. He was like, man, he was a big dude.
Yeah.
He said, man, his brother ended up playing football, allowed him to play football, but he ended up playing hockey. His size, his strength, his athleticism, his ability to skate, he tore him up.
And they tested him too, boy.
So you know he probably did.
They
Yeah.
tested his ass.
That's why they don't want us getting certain
So
stuff.
okay,
Yeah,
you
it's
talked
certain
about
things.
you talked about Charles, Mr. LOC. You talked about the college. Go on. I know you belong to some fraternity. I know you mentioned it once before.
I am a proud member of Making Sci Fi Fraternity Incorporated. I'm in
Now-
Sigma Lambda chapter. I was pledged as side chapter, initiated. at
That ain't
Morehouse
not the
College.
side.
Let me tell you something.
Now, here's the funny thing. So during the pandemic, Charles got him a Peloton.
Yes, sir.
He was Mr. Peloton,
I
man.
still
boy.
ride. I just don't post no.
Boy, he was
We need some videos.
boy, he was on Facebook, boy. He's sweating, boy. It's like he was out
was
there
giving it
chopping
all he
cotton or
got.
something, boy.
Let me tell you something. I lost 40 pounds.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. And again, 85% is diet. So
Yeah.
Peloton, I was working on Peloton. I lost 1 pound every month.
Hey, but you was looking good doing it, though.
Man, you looking good doing it, man.
So I realized there were the things we eat we got to be careful of.
Right.
I'm smoking cigars. I'm drinking whiskey. But we also got to take care of our bodies.
Right.
I've lost too many friends being certain things happening. Man, I ate bread, chips, and fries like no other. I didn't realize that.
The shit you not supposed to. Bread is the killer.
Yeah, bread
Killer.
is worse.
Bread is the
Look,
killer.
so I gave up sandwiches, so I gave up bread, so I started eating salads. When I gave up salads, I gave up fries.
Right.
I mean, when I gave up sandwiches, I gave up fries and chips. Man, I lost 30 pounds in 30 days.
You know, but
And no sugar. That'll do it.
It'll get you.
that,
Let it
that
go.
yeast and all that stuff. But the funny thing, man, because I go through these spells where I give up bread, but it seems like every commercial I see is a burger.
That's how I do you.
sandwich or something.
Open up Instagram.
They got some keto bread now with 0 grams of carbs.
And that shit probably tastes like you got 0 grams of
I
carbs.
just
It's
toast
as
it.
expensive as giraffe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You got to toast it.
Yeah,
You
man.
got 1 1/2 a loaf, man. You get about 5 loaves of bread.
It is expensive. But to eat, you rather pay it on the front end or on the back
There you
end.
go.
That's the
There you
question.
go.
There's one way you gonna pay.
Right.
There's one way you gonna pay.
Hey, y'all make sure y'all go out to R&R at 3481 Austin P. Tell Rick that the Smoke Podcast sent you. And
You might get something off.
He might give you a little deal or
Man, I'm
special or
going to
something.
see Rick. I need some good basil, man.
Yeah, he got it. He got it.
If he don't, he can get it for you.
So Rick, his store is out in Raleigh.
Yeah.
And primarily, for whatever reason, I said, Rick, what's your number one whiskey seller? He said, Jack.
Jack. Always.
Always.
Jack number 7.
Gentleman Jack.
And he said, and we sell a lot of Hennessy. So
Well, that Chick-fil-A and his spot going to be rolling.
Boy, they throwing that Chick-fil-A up so fast.
Man, I ain't
boy.
mad at it.
If they keep that thing open at 11, boy, I'm telling you how much money they going to make.
I think that's going to be the highest grossing Chick-fil-A.
in the country.
whatever.
I'm saying statistics. I'm saying
There you
saying
go.
statistics
They
because
gonna
there's
get
so
some
much
basil
traffic.
from R&R and a good chicken.
Yeah.
A spicy chicken
Spicy chicken sandwich, yeah, there you go.
But I'm just saying because of all the traffic, I don't think they realize how much traffic
There's
comes
so
through,
much
flows
traffic
through there.
on
Yeah,
Austin,
yeah.
it really
So I
is.
wish everybody look over there.
All right, Charles, man, we appreciate you gracing
Yes,
us
great
with your-
conversation.
Appreciate y'all
Yes,
for having me on
yes,
here.
and
Anytime.
great success to LLC.
LOC, stop drinking.
Hey, I know. Drinking and smoking.
LOC.edu.
LOC.edu.
LOC.
All right,
See you
Smoke
at
fam.
LOC.
Smoke fam, until we smoke again, we will holla.
Holla, y'all.
This is the Spotlight.